Hey everyone, welcome to Epic Life Stories. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Today, we're going to explore Isaac Newton in depth, uncovering insights and secrets that you won't want to miss. So sit back, relax, and let's dive right in. Isaac Newton was born on January 4th, 1643, in the tiny village of Woolsthorpe, England. His father, also named Isaac Newton, died just 3 months before his birth, leaving him fatherless from the start. His mother, Hannah Ayscough, soon remarried, leaving young Isaac in the care of his grandmother. Growing up without a stable parental presence, Newton developed a sense of isolation. Instead of playing outside like other children, he often tinkered with small mechanical toys, built windmills, and created sundials. One story tells us that as a boy, he was bullied by a classmate. Instead of responding with anger, Newton challenged him in academics and outperformed him. This determination became a pattern in his life. Whenever faced with struggle, Newton responded with brilliance. Think of it like a young athlete on a cricket field, constantly underestimated, yet proving himself by scoring runs when it mattered most. Newton's childhood shaped the mindset of a competitor who never accepted defeat. Luz, education, 4:30. Newton's formal education began at the King's School in Grantham, where his teachers quickly realized his extraordinary intelligence. But when his mother tried to pull him out of school to manage the family farm, Newton failed miserably at farming. Why? Because his head was always in the clouds, dreaming, sketching, and calculating. Eventually, recognizing his potential, his uncle convinced his mother to let him return to education. In 1661, Newton entered Trinity College, Cambridge. At Cambridge, Newton didn't just study, he questioned. While most students learned ancient philosophies, Newton was diving into advanced mathematics and exploring the works of Descartes, Kepler, and Galileo. Then came the Great Plague of London in 1665, which forced the university to shut down. Newton returned home, but instead of wasting time, he entered his most productive phase, what historians call his annus mirabilis, or Year of Wonders. During this period, he developed the foundation of calculus, explored optics, and began formulating the laws of motion and gravity. It's like a cricketer practicing in the backyard during an off-season, only to return to the field as one of the greatest of all time. Newton turned isolation into innovation. Newton's career can be divided into two great arenas: science and the unexpected realms of leadership and politics. Science and breakthroughs. In 1669, Newton became a professor at Cambridge. He was only 27. Soon after, he invented the reflecting telescope, which revolutionized astronomy by producing clearer images of distant planets. But it was in 1687 that Newton published his masterpiece, Philosophiae Naturalis Principia, Mathematica, known simply as the Principia. In this book, he laid out the laws of motion and universal gravitation. Imagine explaining why the moon doesn't fall to Earth but still orbits around. That was Newton's genius. Challenges and rivalries. But greatness never comes without conflict. Newton's theories were often challenged, especially by fellow scientists. Robert Hooke. Their rivalry was so bitter that Newton once refused to publish further work until Hooke's death. It's a reminder of politics, where rivals clash not just with ideas, but with ego. Newton wasn't just a scientist. He navigated disputes like a politician, carefully guarding his reputation. Leadership and politics. Later in life, Newton transitioned into politics. In 1689, he was elected as a Member of Parliament for Cambridge University. Though he wasn't the most active speaker, his presence symbolized the union of science and governance. Even more significantly, Newton was appointed as Master of the Mint in 1699. Here, he tackled corruption and reshaped England's currency, introducing measures that stabilized the economy. Think of this as leading a cricket team to victory, not just with skill, but with strategy and discipline. Newton showed that brilliance in one field can cross over into leadership, much like modern figures who succeed both in sports and politics. Let's break down Newton's greatest achievements, not only in science but also in broader life analogies. Scientific achievements. Laws of motion, still taught in classrooms worldwide, from the US to Pakistan. Law of universal gravitation. The idea that the same force pulling an apple to the ground keeps planets in orbit. Calculus, a mathematical tool without which modern engineering, physics, and even economics would crumble. Optics. His experiments with light proved that white light is made of many colors, leading to breakthroughs in physics and technology. Cricket analogy. If Newton had been a cricketer, he'd be the all-rounder, the one who dominates batting. Bowling and fielding, he didn't just master one subject. He excelled across multiple disciplines, politics and governance. As Master of the Mint, Newton's reforms protected England's economy from collapse. This leadership resonates with countries like Pakistan, where strong governance in currency and policy often decides national stability. Newton's work remains a model of intellectual leadership applied to governance. Newton's legacy is monumental. In science, his laws remain the stepping stones for modern physics. Even Einstein, whose theories expanded on Newton's, famously said, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." In governance, Newton proved that intellectuals could reform systems, showing that knowledge is not confined to classrooms. It can guide nations. In culture, his story of perseverance, an isolated boy who became one of the greatest minds, remains a timeless inspiration. For students in the US studying STEM, for athletes chasing greatness, and for young dreamers in Pakistan striving for education against odds, Newton's journey offers the same lesson. Curiosity, discipline, and resilience can change the world. From a lonely child in Woolsthorpe to a thinker who redefined gravity, from a professor at Cambridge to the Master of the Mint, Isaac Newton lived a life that stretched beyond science into leadership and legacy. He was more than the story of an apple. He was proof that one mind, driven by curiosity, can impact centuries, nations, and generations yet to come. And that is the enduring power of Isaac Newton's life.